The Pope Francis death, the more that you look at it, the wilder it gets. Because at this point, we might not just be talking about Pope Francis' death. We might be talking about the last Pope, and all the signs are there. So let's start from this. The death certificate said that Pope Francis died from a stroke and a heart failure. But then at the same time, they said he was in a coma. A coma, bruh? Now we seen Pope Francis on Easter Sunday, waving at the crowd, giving little blessings, talking and doing all this stuff, y'all. He even met with JD Vance. And then the next day, he's gone? How was he in a coma if he met with JD Vance that night? Y'all ever notice that powerful people meet right before something major happened? Let that sink in for a second. Why JD Vance? Why was he the one to go meet with the Pope? They say they were talking about humanitarian stuff. But why JD Vance? I'm just asking the questions, y'all. He meets with him. The next day, he's gone. JD Vance even seemed to notice that he was in better health. Because y'all remember, he was in the hospital for 38 days with double pneumonia. That's what they had said. And y'all remember, it was times where all the news outlets was saying that he was going to pass that one night where he just got so sick, so ill. People was praying for him. And he made it through the next day. People was like, it's a miracle. They said he even had nights where he was choking on his own vomit, y'all. And he overcame all of that. They said they wanted him to rest for 2 months because he was going to be extremely ill still. But he said, no, I'm finna do God's work. I'm finna go out Easter. I'm feeling good. I feel great, actually. He felt great enough to go on the Pope Mobile. He felt great enough to give people blessings, to even have a little meeting with JD Vance. And all of a sudden, he's gone. Now, let's get into this prophecy part. In the 1500s, St. Malachi made a list of 112 popes. He said it will only be 112. And after the 112th one passes, there will be no more. That's it, y'all. He said the end of time, Judgment Day, Rome falls. So do y'all want to guess the number that Pope Francis was? Malachi said the final pope will be known as Peter the Roman, that he will lead the church into tribulations, chaos, and destruction. And some say that Francis was Peter in disguise, Jesuit, but Latin American, but took the name Francis from Saint Francis of Assisi, who was born in Rome. But y'all tell me, is that a reach or is that the road? So with all of this taking place this year, y'all remember he opened the Holy Door too. The Holy Door is like a spiritual reset switch. And the church only opened them during rare Jubilee years. A lot of people say when he opened the door, he welcomed people in to make it to the other side, for people to ask for forgiveness and etc. But then you got people that said when that door opened, that was the judgment. So around that same time that he opened the Holy Door, it was talks, whispers, that he also was gone down in the Vatican Vault, where he was not supposed to go. It's an underground archive that holds forbidden text, and it is locked, and it's supposed to be sealed. But like I said, I heard the whispers that he was finna unlock some of them documents. We're gonna play the hypothetical, because like I said, I don't know if it's real or not, but that's what I heard. But what if he did in fact go down to that vault and he seen some things that he was finna share with the world? And before he could do that, he ultimately passed. So let's lay this out. The death certificate said coma, but we all seen him alive the day before. A meeting with JD Vance Said they were talking about humanitarian stuff. No full explanation other than that. Early on, he opened the holy doors. They say he started looking into the Vatican Vault. And then, boom, he's gone now. And the prophecy said that he will be the last pope. So if Pope Francis was the 112th pope, and there's supposedly not supposed to be another one, what comes after that, y'all? They didn't say that, but what do you think? So can y'all believe it was just a peaceful death? Or can you ask yourself, why him? Why after he met with JD Vance? And why after Easter Sunday? The prophecy said that Peter the Roman will lead during destruction. So if Pope Francis was really that guy, then the clock is already ticking, y'all. Stay woke.